friends, happy Monday and welcome to another video. Today is another one of those exciting videos that I want to share with you all as I finally finished my brand new budget spreadsheet for 2024. So I'll just quickly give you like a walkthrough of the tabs that I have going on. The functions are pretty much the same from my previous budget spreadsheet, which by the way, this now is a monthly planner, a budget planner, wherein or compared to my previous one, which is a budget based by paycheck method. But I feel like you won't really see much of a difference when it comes to like the categories, the functions. It's still the same. It's just that we're looking at it on a monthly overview now. So I'm thinking of putting this on my Etsy shop. You know that I have an empty Etsy shop, but if everything runs smoothly and you like this video or you like this budget spreadsheet, I'll probably list it there. So let me know if you are interested in trying this out, and I would be gladly list it on my Etsy shop. So if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Jet and I am the Eager Vlogger. Let's go straight to the video. Alright, so this is our new and improved budget spreadsheet. Again, this is quite similar if you remember or if you've seen my previous budget spreadsheet. Well, the layout and mostly everything is the same here. I just added some new trackers here. The pie charts are new. I have the overview of the month and the year. And basically, I just rearranged the spreadsheet because before I had my budget by paycheck spreadsheet, and it is of course divided into two paychecks. So you'll see on top my first paycheck, and then just scrolling down you will see my second paycheck. The same functions with, let's say for example, my variable expenses here. Once you put in the categories and the budget, the actual here you don't need to input manually. You have to go to our transactions log, or this is where you'll input all your expenses transactions, and um, just select the category basing on what you will put under your variable expenses, and that will automatically calculate the amount for each category and input here in the actual. It will also show you if you are going above or over budget from your budgeted amount or just within it, things like that. So right now this is very empty. This is my example spreadsheet for you guys. We don't have my numbers here. What I added here, so we still have the budget summary from last time, but this again, it's for the whole month rather than split from paycheck one to paycheck two. So we have here the budget breakdown. This is just a pie chart allocating in percentage or visual representation of how much you are allocating for your savings, sinking funds, all your categories below. It will show here. Later, we will be able to see that better when I input my numbers. We have here the budget versus actual. I thought it's just nice to see how much is the difference between your budgeted amounts and the actual amounts. And we have the expense summary. This goes with your transactions log and your variable expenses category. You'll be able to see, this is also in pie chart. You'll be able to see how much you actually allocate for, say, eating out, for what are my categories, for groceries, for personal spending. So you'll be able to see that there. Remove that. And sinking funds here, this one links to our savings dashboard, which I will show you next. And in here again is a pie chart of all the allocation for all of your sinking funds categories, or actually not just sinking funds, your savings and sinking funds categories. And the way this works is the pie chart is full and the amounts divided are based on your goal amounts. As you reach your goal or the goal amount for each category, that category will be removed from the pie chart. So the ending goal here is once you accomplish all of your sinking funds amount and you've achieved your goal, this should be back to empty because then you've already eliminated all your savings goals, right? You've already accomplished them all. The same with the debt breakdown. It's a pie chart dividing or divided into all your debt item and with the amount or like the starting or total amount owed. And once you finish a debt or a category there, it will be removed from the pie chart. So ending here should be an empty box because that means you've finished all of your debts and you've saved all of your savings goals. So yeah, it's pretty much the same with the budgets here. I did not change much, only I put the bills and subscriptions into one category. With my old spreadsheet, I divided this into two because again, it's budget by paycheck. I usually divide the bills into those two paychecks. But this monthly budget spreadsheet that we are using, we're basically just going to see the whole month anyway. So the amount that you will see on my bills are the total amount for the whole month. We will divide them by paycheck on our budget by paycheck planner, the paper base, once we receive the money. So I hope that's clear. And I have here just shortcut links to our hub. This is where we input all of our information, our debt dashboard, and then the savings and sinking funds. I'm just trying to fill in this empty space here, and there's still some that bothers me a little, but that's fine. I also added here, so the left to budget and left to spend amounts. I put it down here because up when you scroll up, you have the budget summary here, which is basically these amounts, the budget balance and the actual balance. This is the budget left to budget and the left to spend. And I can see it from up here. But when I scroll down to finish my budget with the bills, the debt, and the variable expenses, I don't want to go up, back and forth to see the budget or like what's left on the budget. So I just put it here and I will be able to see it in one row. Okay, and I just added some notes here. Maybe you want to remember some to-do lists about your budget. You can input it here. All right, let's go to the savings dashboard real quick. So this savings and investments, similar to what I explained on our pie chart from the monthly budget tab or sheet, it is a pie chart of all your items that you will input here or that you will have here and the goal amount. So the whole chart will be divided based on the number of your savings goals and the amount. And once you hit 100% on the progress, it will be removed from the pie chart. So this is actually like a visual representation of what you are still currently working on. The same with the sinking funds. So it's very simple here. We have the item name for savings and investments. You can add them here. And then the sinking funds are separate because I understand some have a lot of sinking funds. I even have a lot for this year. So anyway, it also has for this savings goals, I named it financial goals, but you can change it any name you like. You just double click and you can edit it there. It's not linked to anything. And then I added here my start date for all of this. We're starting new and fresh this January. And then when will I be able to finish all of these? So for each of this section, you again don't need to actually input anything from these. You only need to add your transactions down below. here. So you have your separate transactions log for your savings and separate for your sinking funds. So these category drop downs are empty right now because you or everything here you will have to input on the hub. So empty here, but you don't need to input here one by one. We need to go back to the hub, input all of our items, and everything will auto-populate to where they should go. So this is the savings tracker or dashboard. We also have the debt dashboard, which is basically the same. You can rename it here. I put mine Debt Free Journey 2024. And then I have the pie chart of like a visual representation of what I'm working on. And then I just have the numbers, the total debt, total paid, and then the remaining here. Same situation with our debt section. You don't need to input anything here. Whatever you put in the hub will be auto-populated here. And just edit the payment history. Like if you've paid today, put the category where, and it will automatically go where it should be. So we'll be able to see it better once I give you an example of some inputs. All right, so that is basically our monthly budget planner for this year, and we're going to use this for budgeting our monthly or like creating our monthly budget. We are not paid once a month, we are still paid bi-weekly or semi-monthly actually, but this year I want to try to see our money on a monthly overview and then just divide it or use my paper-based finance tracker to do the budget by paycheck method. So again, we will see that as we go through them. So let's start. This is the Money Hub. So the categories, the items that we have on our other tabs, we will put the name in here and those will go automatically to the fields that they should go. So for your income source, you type in here the usual paychecks that you receive and then the date you can add. Bills and subscriptions are the same. You can also put the amount here. This is again monthly for me, so I'm gonna put the whole amount for the month. And if you use a specific account, let's say the bill is autopay, and you use a specific account to pay that bill, you can put it here. This account section, you will have to put from this column. So you type here maybe debit or checking. You can specify it. I put our like specific savings or not savings, like checking account here or the credit cards that we use to pay our bills. I put it here and then it will automatically go in the drop down. So that's just a reminder for me where the money is being taken out. That here's the item and the amount, like starting balances or whatever amount you're working on when you started this budget spreadsheet, sinking funds and the goal amount, savings and investments the same, and the expenses here is for our variable expenses category. So I want to put, for example, grocery, personal, and let's say spending. This is for example only. I added it here, and when we go to our monthly tab, we are now able to see it under the variable expenses category. And when we go to the transactions log and I click category here, it's also under the drop down. So let's say this is what I'm telling you about the actual amounts for the variable expenses are automatically calculated. So for example, in grocery, I give myself 100. You can see the number in the actual amount turns green and it's like activated. It's ready to calculate. Green if you are still within the budget, red if you go over. So for example, I put 50 here for grocery. And you can see that our expense summary also can now show our chart. In here, you will see 50. You've used up 50 and it's here. What if we went over and I spent 120 in grocery? Then you can now see it's in red and it shows you the actual amount that you've spent. And yeah, it just goes under here. So that's how that works. And the rest will get auto-populated. So for example, I go back to my hub. Let's try the savings. So let's say savings 1. I have a goal amount of 200. And for the sinking funds, savings 2, I have a goal amount of 100. From our hub, we tried to input one savings and one sinking fund account. And now when we go to our savings dashboard, we can see those items on the list. We also have here the goal amount that we've set from the hub. So if we want to save or deposit on these accounts, we just go to our save transactions log below. We have separate for the savings and the sinking funds. So for example, savings 1 is already here. I'll just input, for example, I want to put 100. The source here is just where are you getting the money, and it's not required. If you just want to know that does this money came from your first paycheck, second paycheck, side hustle, and then just description also if you just want to note something. Personally, I would use the source, so I added it there. And when I add 100 towards my savings, I can see the amount saved above and the balance. So say I want to do another transaction, I put another 100, and now I can see on top that my goal for savings 1 is completed. The chart is gone. Oh, I forgot to show you. What if, for example, I just got 100. So 100 is here, and let's say I want to add another category, 500, and it is now divided, like our savings goals is divided based on the amount of or the number of savings goals we have. And let's say we are able to complete the first goal 100%. Now we are just left with one savings goal, right? So next part here is, I think I'm gonna remove actually the percent. So this is not accurate for us. Honestly, I'm just seeing the actual numbers right now as we do it. So please bear with me on that. I will remove, where did I remove that again? See, now I don't know where I got it. Here. We can put the value, like the amount, or maybe none. What else is good, guys? Because the percentage means like how many number of savings account or savings goals I have. So if it's just one, it's 100% of the pie chart. You know what? I think I'll just leave it with the value, the amount that we need to save. And then you can see also in sinking funds, that's how it's done, but there's no label, that's fine. Because if you have all of your other sinking funds here, you can see that the pie will be like divided into very small pieces and we won't be able to see the label anyway. So again, when we save the whole amount and it's fully funded, there should be no pie anymore. You're done working with your goal, and that's supposed to be the end goal. Let's clean here. So that is how it works. That's the same with our debt. Just go to the hub, type in all your debt, your goal amount, or no, not goal amount, let's say your starting amount that you are working on, and you will see it here. The pie chart here again is divided into how many debts you have, And then you'll see here the total that you owe and if you've paid anything and the remaining balance. If you want to pay, for example, I will pay 150 for the first debt. You will see the progress and the amount balance. I want to pay that to full amount. I will do that. You will see the progress and the pie chart will just be only one debt remaining. All right. So yeah, that's basically it with our new budget planner. Pretty simple, but I feel like we can now track our savings or debt payments better than my previous one. And I was hoping to input or to add here the net worth tracker, but I'm still learning about that, guys. So maybe next time I'll be able to update this again. So far, this is what I need month to month basis. So I hope if you are looking for just a very simple tracker to put your numbers in, your budget on a spreadsheet, digital version, and you would like to consider using this tracker, let me know, or if I will put it on my Etsy shop or not, or I'll probably put it there, but just let me know so that I'll be aware, do you actually want this, or if you have some suggestions to change things up a bit, then that would be very helpful for me. And that is our new budget spreadsheet for 2024.